Today I'm reviewing the LG S95TR 9.1.5-Channel OLED evo TV matching home theater soundbar with rear surrounds and a wireless subwoofer. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've lived with this system in a dedicated TV room paired with an OLED set, using it for movies, streaming TV, gaming, and music over several weeks. This review reflects how it behaves in everyday use rather than just headline specs. Let's set expectations clearly. This is not a separate, discrete speaker array with separate amplifiers, custom speaker placements, and room tune crossovers you'd find in a full home theater install. If you're building a dedicated, multi-amplifier surround system with custom cabling and acoustics, that remains a different class of hardware. What this bundle is built to do is deliver immersive sound that brings height, width, and depth to content with a relatively compact footprint and simplified setup. In real use, the 9.1.5 configuration with Dolby Atmos fills the room more convincingly than simpler 3.1 or 5.1 systems. Ambient effects feel layered, and overhead cues in Atmos mixes, rain, helicopter rotors, environmental atmospherics, have a sense of placement that's wider and taller than you typically get from a single bar. Dialogue remains anchored and clear, which matters more in real content than raw power numbers. The wireless subwoofer gives robust low-end reinforcement without needing extra cabling. In movies, bass has presence and rumble that support explosions, music scores, and deeper sound effects without overwhelming mids. It doesn't match the extension of a truly dedicated sub with big drivers and room-match tuning, but for everyday viewing it feels proportionate and controlled. The rear surround speakers add real spatial context. In scenes where ambience and directional cues matter, you get a broader soundscape than you would with just a front array. That makes transitions in action scenes feel more natural, and music tracks that use surround elements feel more engaging. Smart features like WOWCAST and Orchestra simplify multi-room streaming and TV integration. Pairing with compatible LG TVs works smoothly, and I didn't run into connection or control frustrations in testing. Streaming services, voice control, and switching between sources feel cohesive. Noise and distortion are well managed. At moderate to lively volume levels, the system remains composed without noticeable harshness or strain. That measured balance is important for long viewing sessions where clarity and comfort matter more than sheer loudness. Now for limitations. This isn't a substitute for high-end custom surround systems with discrete amps, large floor speakers, and acoustically treated rooms. If your priority is maximum soundstage width or concert-level bass, separates still have an edge. In very large rooms without some acoustic control, the sense of immersion feels impressive for a soundbar system but still doesn't expand as far as physical surrounds placed at multiple axes. That's not a flaw, it's the physics of speaker placement. For pure music listening, the system does very well for streaming and soundtracks, but enthusiasts who prefer dedicated stereo rigs with bookshelf or tower speakers might hear more nuance and depth in a two-channel setup. Compared with simpler bars or models without rear speakers and subwoofers, the S95TR's additional channels and components deliver a more convincing surround feel. But that also means more boxes to place thoughtfully rather than a single unit you ignore once installed. Who this makes sense for? Movie and streaming fans who want immersive atmos and high cues, rooms where some component placement is acceptable, users with compatible LG TVs seeking seamless integration, viewers who value clear dialogue and broad sonics without separates where it might not be ideal, buyers focused solely on ultra-high-fidelity music, very large spaces that need custom surround installs, people who want a minimal single-bar setup in everyday use. The S95TR feels cohesive and capable. It doesn't chase unrealistic performance claims, yet it delivers a rich, dynamic soundscape that's a noticeable step above basic bars. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.